Hare Krishna, everybody. Welcome all of you for today's session. Let us begin with prayers. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Reading from the book Sri Ishopanishad by His Divine Grace Vishwaguru Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Mantra 8. Saparyaga Shukramakayamavranam Asnaviram Shuddhamapapavidham Kavirmanishi Paribhu Swayambhur Yatha Tathatya Yatha Tathyorthan व्यदधात् शाश्वतीभ्यः समाभ्यः. Word to word meaning: Saha, that person, Paryagat, must know in fact, Shukram, the omnipotent, Akayam, unembodied, Avranam, without reproach, Asnaviram, without veins, Shuddham, antiseptic, Apapavidham, prophylactic, Kavihi, omniscient, Manishi, philosopher, Paribhuhu, the greatest of all, Swayambhuhu, self-sufficient, Yathatatyaha, just in pursuance of, Arthan, desirables, Vyadadhat, awards, Shashwati Bhyaha, immemorial, Samabhyaha, time. Translation and purport by Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada. Translation: such a person must factually know the greatest of all, the personality of Godhead, who is unembodied, omniscient, beyond beyond reproach, without veins, pure and uncontaminated, the self-sufficient philosopher who has been fulfilling everyone's desire since time immemorial. Purport: here is a description of the transcendental and eternal form of the absolute personality of Godhead. The Supreme Lord is not formless. He has his own transcendental form, which is not at all similar to the forms of the mundane world. The forms of the living entities in this world are embodied in material nature, and they work like any material machine. They work like any material machine. The anatomy of a material body must have a mechanical construction with veins and so forth. But the transcendental body of the Supreme Lord has nothing like veins. It is clearly stated here that he is unembodied, which means that there is no difference between his body and his soul. Nor is he forced to accept a body according to the laws of nature as we are. In materially conditioned life, the soul is different from the gross embodiment and subtle mind. For the Supreme Lord, however, there is never any such difference between him and his body and mind. He is the complete whole, and his body, mind, and he himself are all one and the same. In the Brahma Samhita, chapter 5, verse 1, there is a similar description of the Supreme Lord. He is described there as Satchidananda Vigraha. which means that he is the eternal form fully representing transcendental existence, knowledge, and bliss. As such, he does not require a separate body or mind as we do in material existence. The Vedic literature clearly states that the Lord's transcendental body is completely different from ours. Thus, he is sometimes described as formless. That means that he has no form like ours, and that he is devoid of a form which we can conceive of. In the Brahma Samhita 5.32, it is further stated that with each and every part of his body, he can do the work of the other senses. This means that the Lord can walk with his hands, accept things with his legs, see with his hands and feet, eat with his eyes, etc. In the Shruti mantras, it is also said that although the Lord has no hands and legs like ours, he has a different type of hands and legs by which he can accept all that we offer him and run faster than anyone. These points are confirmed in this eighth mantra through the use of the words like Shukram, omnipotent. The Lord's worshipable form or Archa Vigraha, which is installed in temples by authorized acharyas who have realized the Lord in terms of mantra 7, is non different from the original form of the Lord. The Lord's original form is that of Sri Krishna, and Sri Krishna expands himself into an unlimited number of forms such as Baladeva, Rama, Narasimha, and Varaha. All of these forms are one and the same personality of Godhead. Similarly, the Archa Vigraha worshipped in temples is also an expanded form of the Lord. By worshipping the Archa Vigraha, one can at once approach the Lord who accepts the service of a devotee by his omnipotent energy. The Archa Vigraha of the Lord descends at the request of the Acharyas, the holy teachers, and works exactly in the original way of the Lord by virtue of the Lord's omnipotence. Foolish people who have no knowledge of Sri Ishopanishad or of any of the other Shruti mantras consider the Archa Vigraha, which is worshipped by pure devotees, to be made of material elements. This form may be seen as material by the imperfect eyes of the foolish people or Kanishtha Adhikaris, but such people do not know that the Lord, being omnipotent and omniscient, can transform matter into spirit and spirit into matter as he desires. We will continue to read the purport in the next session. Now we will discuss the points that we have read just now. So we are starting with the new mantra of the Ishopanishad today. Totally there are 18 mantras in this Ishopanishad. Just like Bhagavad Gita has got 18 chapters, this Ishopanishad has got 18 mantras. Now, as we have been discussing, each mantra of the Ishopanishad is a Veda Vakya. That means there are no imperfections. Ishopanishad comes under the Shruti Shastra. It is part of the Yajurveda. So, Ishopanishad, purpose of this Upanishad is to give us knowledge about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Ishvara, the Supreme Controller. And as we are reading through these verses in the Ishopanishad, we are getting to know many things about the Lord. Lord is a person. Ishopanishad is declaring it in many of the mantras. This is one of the mantras where Ishopanishad is describing that the absolute truth, the Supreme Lord, is a personality. Now, here in this mantra, let us see what are the characteristics described about the Lord. Now, this mantra is in continuation with the previous mantra. In the seventh mantra, we saw that for a person who sees all living entities as parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord, for him there is no question of illusion or lamentation. That means it is talking about the Uttama Adhikari, the pure devotee of the Lord, who has the perfect vision to see everybody as part and parcel of Krishna. He does not see anything or anyone separate from Krishna. This we have discussed in Mantra 6 and Mantra 7 also. Now, in continuation with that, it is mentioned here a person who has come to the platform of pure devotional service, how does he realize the form of the Supreme Lord? That is what is described here in the eighth mantra. Sorry. Sa Paryagat. Sa Paryagat. Paryagat means must know, in fact. Saha means that person. That person about whom Mantra 7 was talking about. That is that person who sees everybody as parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. Such a person must know what he must know. Shukram Akayam Avranam. Shukram means the omnipotent Lord who is full of all potencies, who does not lack anything. He is omnipotent, he can do anything. That is the position of the Supreme Lord. So here, uh, how does how should a pure devotee, or how will the pure devotee understand the Supreme Lord? What are the characteristic features of the Supreme Lord that are fully revealed to a pure devotee? They are listed in this mantra. The first one is Shukram. The Supreme Lord is omnipotent. He is full of all energies. Second one is Akayam. Akayam means he has no kaya. Kaya means material body. The Supreme Lord is Akayam, means he has no material body. He is unembodied. All of us right now in this material world, we are called embodied souls. That means we are a soul who are encased within a material body. Whereas the Supreme Lord is called Akayam. He is unembodied. Either in the material world or in the spiritual world, there is no question of the Supreme Lord accepting a material body. He is always existing in his original spiritual form, Satchidananda Vigraha. That is the meaning of the word Akayam. The third characteristic of the Supreme Lord is Avranam. Avranam means he is beyond reproach. That means he is faultless in his character. Huh? He is beyond all accusations. That is the meaning of Avranam. And fourth one is Asnaviram. Asnaviram means he has no veins. His material body, first of all, he has no material body. That already we have understood. So further, it is described here, he is Asnaviram. Asnaviram means he has no veins in his body. In our body, there are blood vessels. We know there are arteries, veins, and capillaries which carry blood, which supply blood to different parts of the body, to the different vital organs of the body. So, through these veins and arteries and capillaries, blood flows, and the blood also carries the essential nutrients to different parts of the body from the cells. The blood also carries oxygen. It also takes away the carbon dioxide, and all these gaseous exchanges happen in the capillaries in our blood vessels. This arrangement is there because this material body is like a machine. Just like inside a machine, there are small parts of the machine, and the parts are all interconnected through various wires and cables, isn't it? So that's a mechanical arrangement. If you open a machine like a robot, or even a clock, a watch, inside that you will find small parts of that machine. And many a times you will also see one part of the machine is connected to another part. The circuits are completed through the cables and wires. Right? In the same way, inside our body also, how are different bodily parts connected? How are they connected? They are connected through nerves. They are connected through blood vessels. So that's why Srila Prabhupada writes the purport that our material body, which we are having currently, it is just like any material machine. It's a machinery, right? It's a machine. But the Supreme Lord has no material body. So therefore, there is no question of having veins or nerves in his body. There is no such mechanical arrangements within the body of the Supreme Lord. So this is a very interesting revelation Ishopanishad is making. The Supreme Lord is Asna Viram. He has no veins within his body. And then he is Shuddham. Shuddha means he is completely pure. He is completely pure. We see this in the Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna is saying, Parandhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. Pavitram Paramam. He is supremely pure. Pavitram means uh, there are two aspects. Rupa Goswami explains in Nectar of Devotion. One is he is pure. Second is anyone who comes in touch with him also becomes pure. These are the two aspects of purity of the Lord. The Lord is pure, that means he is uncontaminated. No material contaminations exist in his personality, in his activities, in his holy name, in his qualities, in his pastimes. They're all completely free from the influence of the three gunas. That is the meaning of pure. The second thing is anybody who comes in touch with the Lord becomes purified. Even a demon with ill motive, with a wrong intention, even if a demon comes in touch with the Supreme Lord, because of the touch of the Supreme Lord, even the demon becomes purified and delivered. We have seen so many examples like this. So therefore, here it is said Shuddham. Shuddham means he is the Pavitram, he is completely pure. And then apapa vidham, this is another very beautiful word used to describe the Supreme Lord in the Ishopanishad. You will find this. Apapa vidham. That means he is uncontaminated by any sins. The Supreme Lord, Krishna, is beyond material papa and punya. We perform activities in this world. According to the laws of karma, we are judged. Our activities are judged by the laws of karma. If our activities are in line with the plan of the material nature, uh, if they are in line with the laws of material nature, we get certain kind of pious credits. If our activities are against the laws of karma, then we accumulate papa. So, like this, punya and papa, all the living entities accumulate because of their karma, because of their actions, isn't it? That means any activity that we do in this material world under the influence of the three gunas either is going to result in accumulation of punya or in the accumulation of papa. Whereas for the Supreme Lord, there is no such concept. For the Supreme Lord is beyond papa and punya. Many people make false accusations on Krishna without knowing the actual position of Krishna. So there's some people say, oh, you see, Krishna, he danced with the young girls in the dead of night in the forest of Vrindavan. Oh, Krishna says he came to establish dharma. But what kind of dharma is this? Hmm? That means the Supreme Lord has accumulated papa by performing this, you know, sinful activity of, having the company of women who are not his wives. So this is an accusation that people make against Krishna, saying that Krishna is a womanizer. Now, what they don't understand is Krishna is transcendental. He is beyond the material calculations of punya and papa. So Krishna, his activities are untainted by any material punya or papa. This we have to understand very carefully. There are some people also who come up with theories like this. Oh, since Ramachandra, he killed Vali by hiding behind a tree, so he got a sinful reaction. And when he came in the Dwapar Yuga as Krishna, so he was killed by a hunter's arrow, a poisonous arrow, killed this Krishna. This is a result of his past sinful activity of killing this Vali. Now, this is a bogus theory. People who speak like this, they don't know the position of Krishna. Very clearly, Krishna says in the fourth chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjana. Krishna says, my activities and my appearance in this material world are all transcendental. Anyone who knows about them correctly from the right source, tattvataha, such a person becomes free from the sinful reactions and he becomes free from the cycle of birth and death and he comes back to the spiritual world. So, just by understanding Krishna's activities, one can become free from all sinful reactions. Then, how can Krishna himself be subjected to sinful reactions? It is not possible. So, this is the proper understanding that many people do not have. Only one who is guided by a bona fide spiritual master can have clarity on these topics. One cannot understand Krishna just like that. Many a times, Krishna's activities are bewildering even to great devatas who are many, many times more intelligent than us. So, how to understand Krishna then? By our own logic, by our own limited capacity, intelligence? It's not possible. We have to understand Krishna from the bona fide spiritual master, from the knowledge revealed in the Vedic scriptures. That is the right way. We should not speculate just to give some answer. So some people come up with some theories, some connections between Ram Leela, Krishna Leela, and they say like this it is. That is not the way to understand. Here, very clearly, the Ishopanishad is using this very special word to describe the quality, characteristic of the Lord. The Lord is apapa vidham. No sin can touch the Lord. Just by chanting his names, millions of sinful reactions of millions of lifetimes can be burned. How he himself can be subjected to sin then? It is not possible. This we have to understand. So he is called Shuddham Apapa Vidham. He is completely pure from all material contaminations and he is not subjected to any sinful activities, sinful reactions. Our actions, they produce pious or sinful reactions. Whereas the Lord's activities, there is no such reaction because he is not subjected to the laws of karma. Even when the Lord comes to this material world, he is above the laws of material nature. He is above the laws of karma. This we have to understand carefully. And then the next adjective describing the Lord is Kavihi. Kavi means one who knows everything. Kavi means the all knowing. One who is highly learned, he is called Kavi. The Supreme Lord is Kavihi, means he is omniscient. He knows everything. Now, this very same word is also used in the Bhagavad Gita also. Kavim Puranam Anushasitaram. It is described how one should meditate on the Supreme Lord. One should meditate on the Supreme Lord as the all-knowing. Kavihi means he is all-knowing. He is omniscient. There is nothing which is there is nothing which is happening in this material world or the spiritual world which is not known by the Lord. Nothing can go unnoticed by the Lord. Therefore, he is called Kavihi, the all-knowing, omniscient. Then Manishi. Manishi means one who is uh, here. Manishi, the word is translated by Srila Prabhupada as philosopher. Manishi, the word comes from manaha, mind. One who is mindful, one who is very observant, one who knows things as they are. He is called Manishi. One who is very thoughtful, one who is very intelligent. He is called Manishi. And in fact, Manushya also comes from the same root. Manushya means also a person who, the jiva who is supposed to be thoughtful, who is supposed to reflect upon what he is doing before acting. He is called a Manushya. Right? First think and then act. He is called a Manushya. So the Supreme Lord is Manishi, means he is the all-knowing, self-sufficient, philosopher. He is the one who knows all the tattvas as they are. Therefore, he is called Manishi. And then Paribhuhu. Bhuhu means the greatest. Paribhuhu means the greatest of all. There is no one who is greater than him, as Krishna himself confirms in the 7th chapter, verse number 7 of the Bhagavad Gita. Mattaha parataram na anyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. There is no truth superior to me in the entire existence. Therefore, he is called Paribhuhu. And many a times you will find in Prahlad Maharaj prayers, Prahlad Maharaj is addressing Lord Narasimha Deva as Bhuman. Bhuman means the greatest. Vibhu also means the same. Vibhu means the greatest. So Bhuman, Paribhuhu means the greatest. Swayambhuhu, another next word is Swayambhu. Swayam means self, Bhuhu means existing. He is self existing, he is self sufficient, he is self created. There is no external cause for his existence. He is self existent. In fact, he is the cause of everybody's existence. But he himself has no cause of existence. He is called Swayambhu, self manifested or self existent. This is another characteristic of the Supreme Lord. So, why Ishopanishad is listing all these characteristics to make us understand that God is not some weird or vague understanding. God is not some vague term. God is not some imagination. I think he is God, therefore he has become God. No, it is not a question of faith. It's not whether you believe or don't believe. That's not the point. The Supreme Lord has all these characteristics. Or, in other words, anybody who claims to be God must be able to display all these characteristics. That is a test. So, the next thing it is said, Yatha Tatyaha Arthan Vyadadat Shashwati Bhyaha Samabhyaha. After listing all the qualities or characteristics of the Supreme Lord, here it is said, uh, here it is furthermore, the characteristics of the Supreme Lord has been described in the last line of this mantra, Yatha Tatyaha, just in pursuance of Arthan Vyadadat. Artha means desires or hankerings. Arthan, desirables. Vyadadhat means the one who awards, the one who fulfills everybody's desires. Shashwati Bhyaha Samabhyaha, from time immemorial. From time immemorial, he is the one who is fulfilling the desires of everybody. There is nobody else who is fulfilling everybody's desires except the Supreme Lord. This we see in the Katha Upanishad also. Prabhupada quotes Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Yo Bahunam Vidadhati Kaman. The Supreme Lord, as described in the Katha Upanishad, is like this. He is Nitya among many Nityas. Nitya means eternal being. Among many eternal beings, he is the supreme eternal being. And among many Chetanas, he is the supreme Chetana. Among many conscious living entities, he is the supreme conscious entity. And Eko Yo Bahunam Vidadhati Kama. So there are Bahu and Ekaha. Ekaha means singular, Bahun means plural, many. There are many, many living entities whose desires and needs are supplied and satisfied by this one Ekaha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is a definition of God given in the Katha Upanishad. Srila Prabhupada quotes it many times. So the same thing is described here in the last line of this 8th mantra. The Supreme Lord is the one who actually is awarding the desires of all the living entities from time immemorial. Even great devatas who are very, very powerful, who are managing the universal affairs, their desires and their needs are also supplied by the Supreme Lord only. That is the meaning of this statement. So, the eighth mantra, what we are going to discuss in the next two sessions, is describing the characteristics of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the omnipotent, he is without any material body, he is beyond all accusations, he is without veins, he is completely pure, he is untouched by any kinds of sinful reactions, he is Kavihi, the omniscient. He is Manishi, the philosopher, the self sufficient philosopher. He is Swayambhu, he is self sufficient or self manifested. He is Paribhuhu, he is the greatest among all, greatest of all. And he is the one who is actually satisfying the desires of all living entities from time immemorial. So, this is a complete picture of the Supreme Personality of Godhead described in this Ishopanishad. We will discuss more. There are many points that Srila Prabhupada brings up in the purport. We will discuss them in detail in the coming sessions. Thank you very much. Shri Ishopanishad ki jai. Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In a few moments, we will be chanting the verses from the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Request you to please stay tuned.